Habits quotes. What they said about habits. Charles Duhigg, Patrick Ed Blad, Jamie Arpin Ricci, Akirok Brost, Darren Hardy, Frank Sonnenberg, Melissa Staginas, Lisa J. Schultz, Manjyoti Bhattacharya, Joe Dispenza, Robert Selner, Richelle E. Goodrich, Molly M. Cantrell Craig, Gretchen Rubin, John M. Sheehan, Mlunja C. Simlane, Sachin Ramdas Bharatia, Anuj Jasani, Steve Maraboli, James Clear. Surprisingly, stress doesn't necessarily make us likely to indulge in bad habits. When we're anxious or tired, we fall back on our habits, whether bad or good. Gretchen Rubin. Over time marked with periodic starvation and after enduring a life lacking in wholesome personal habits, a person learns how to harness the effervescence of hope and organize the contemptuous sneer of discontentment. Kilroy J. Oldster. Consistency in little will pay off on big days. Adeyemi Taiwo Eunice. New goals don't deliver new results. New lifestyles do. And a lifestyle is a process, not an outcome. For this reason, your energy should go into building better habits, not chasing better results. James Clear. The mere act of showing up for yourself each day will begin to shift the world in your favor. Molly M. Cantrell Craig. Keep your habits right, keep your future bright. Dax Bamania. The worst day is always the first day. Changing a habit or instigating something new is toughest at the start. By means of repetition, however, these new habits develop. They are strengthened in the course of familiarity. Richelle E. Goodrich. The three most important habits, in no particular order: 1. Exercise, resistance training, 2. Reading, self-help, 3. Meditation. Robert Selner. Three things that help habits stick. 1. Repetition. Habits form based on frequency, not time. 2. Stable context. If the context is always changing, so is the behavior. You need a reliable environment. 3. Positive emotions. If it feels good, you'll want to repeat it. James Clear. Better habits, better life. Robert Selner. Whether we're addicted to cigarettes, chocolate, alcohol, shopping, gambling, or biting our nails, the moment we cease the habitual action, chaos rages between the body and the mind. Joe Dispenza. Stay away from addictions in life, or addictions will take you away from life. Amit Kalantri. We become muscular at whatever we are repeatedly exposed to. Same is true for all the unconscious habits we develop. Manjyati Bhattacharya. For me, decluttering and downsizing has caused shifts in my thinking and my habits. I don't have to declutter, I choose to declutter. Lisa J. Schultz. Mental health awareness doesn't mean fighting stress, anxiety, depression, and other everyday mental health issues, rather it means consciously modulating the habits that intensify those issues. Once you are in control of your habits, instead of letting your habits control you, you would automatically be in a much better shape, both mentally and physically. Abhijit Nuskar. Breakthrough moments are often the result of many previous actions, which build up to potential required to unleash a major change. James Clear. We have to water the right seeds. If we do that, we can shift our habit energy, that negative loop that contributes to our suffering, into mindfulness. Karen Rinaldi. Your action plan is your roadmap. It helps you get the wheels in motion, and it steers you toward long-term success, consistent, intentional practice. This is your path to creating and sustaining healthy habits that fuel you to keep going. Melissa Staginas. Meaningful, long-lasting change doesn't happen overnight. Be patient with yourself, and know that the progress is in the process. Start by finding something you enjoy, and create space in your schedule to practice that thing each day. Make it a priority, and you will eventually make it a habit. Melissa Staginas. We need to talk about mental health. We need to understand the depth of its importance, and we need start practicing better habits to improve our well-being. Rachel Neiman. Ask yourself if you would want your children to follow the same habits that you are currently following. If the answer is no, simply change your habit. Venugopala CV. Good leaders should not always be on. They know how important it is to switch off from time to time and to fill up their mental energy buckets. Marcel Nickler. The character of a man is established by his habits. He is the only one who has the power to change his own habits. The power alone will not change him. Alan Mayakan. When people don't learn from mistakes, their mistakes often turn into bad habits. Frank Sonnenberg. If the nose of a plane is pointed only 1% off course, it will ultimately end up about 150 miles off course. Such is the case for your habits. A single poor habit, which doesn't look like much in the moment, can ultimately lead you miles off course from the direction of your goals and the life you desire. Darren Hardy. Psychological studies reveal that 95% of everything we feel, think, do, and achieve is a result of a learned habit. Darren Hardy. On habits. The older they are, the bigger they get, the deeper the roots grow, and the harder they are to uproot. Some get so big, with roots so deep, you might hesitate to even try. Darren Hardy. Creating new habits will take time. Be patient with yourself. If you fall off the wagon, brush yourself off, not beat yourself up, and get back on. No problem. We all stumble. Just go again and try another strategy, reinforce your commitment and consistency. When you press on, you will receive huge payoffs. Darren Hardy. Create daily habits that will create a higher quality of life. Remember, our lives become whatever we practice. Akira Brost. Doing what we love, investing in ourselves pays off. Akira Brost. The more you do something, the easier it gets. Don't expect it to get easier, if you're not putting in the time and energy to make that happen. Akira Brost. Journaling can be an excellent way to increase self-awareness, discover and change habits. Akira Brost. We are creatures of habit, and leveraging our habitual tendencies is one of the best ways to develop discipline. Ernest Cadorin. Every bad habit is merely an unconscious decision to choose a distraction over having to deal with an uncomfortable feeling. Antti Van Hanen. Exercise your mind the same as you would exercise your body. Practice healthy mental habits that will help you, empower you, and improve your perspectives. Practice them daily. Akira Brost. The healthy introvert understands that their personality is not a deterministic, fixed reality that they are powerless against. Being an introvert is never an excuse to shirk responsibility or to justify bad habits. Jamie Arpin Ricci. Habits, places, and faces grew into you over time, like tree roots burrowing into stonework. Francis Hardinga. When you learn to force yourself to practice for an hour or run 15 laps, you start building self-regulatory strength. Heatherton. The solution, Starbucks discovered, was turning self-discipline into an organizational habit. Charles Duhigg. Habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. James Clear. Since you're the biggest expert in the world on your behavior, I encourage you to take on the roles of both scientist and subject from this point forward. Let life become your experiment and the world your lab. Patrick Ed Blad. The difference between who you are and who you want to be is what you do. Charles Duhigg.